Going live. Need to remove. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for hopping on our Facebook Live. We want you to get everybody on, get your teams on, share it on your page, start a watch party. I have the world famous Brandon Boyd on this morning, Chairman 100. He's going to drop some good nuggets for the information on Forex, the wealth transfer. He's an highly anointed man of God, him and his wife both. I had the opportunity to hear him give a sermon last week. It was a beautiful word, and I love him and his family. He have about as many kids as I got, but all mine grown except for one. And he has some beautiful daughters, and he's going to give you a testimony about what he's done, how he's able to create so many businesses. He's an author. He's a businessman, a father. He does multiple things. He travels the world, educating communities and empowering families around the world with what he's learned over the years. And and I tell you, I always try to find me another circle that has that have what I'm looking for. And Brandon is one of those that I follow because he has what I'm looking for. And sometimes you have to change your circles in order and do something different in order to get the results you're looking for. So we appreciate everybody hopping on. And so before we need you to share it a little bit more. Share some more feeds. Share it. So you're not gonna regret these nuggets that we're about to drop. I'm so excited. I'm kind of a little tongue tied because I have Brandon Boyd. I have Mr. Boyd himself on the line. So introducing to some, like we're in church. Introducing to some and presenting to others, our very own Brandon Boyd. Brandon, take it away. If you could just talk a little bit about how you got started in this business and what would you do different.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, and guys, really excited to get this opportunity. This is really a privilege as well as a blessing to be on here. And so I got started actually in this industry of trading currency about 5.5 years ago. I partnered with a company called I Am Mastery Academy about 4.5 years ago. It's been completely transformational for my family. So I've got a wife and 6 kids, 5 girls, 1 boy. And this has been something I've done now for, as far as being an entrepreneur, for about 21 years. I have not had a job since 2004 as far as having to rely on a paycheck from somebody else. And so I feel really grateful. And when I found trading about 5.5 years ago, the thing that really attracted me to this was that this is something that anybody can do. What I had done before, not everybody can do. This is something that everybody can do. And so when I saw it, I thought, wow, okay, I could take my cell phone, I could take my computer, and I could actually learn a skill that it could actually really transform my life. Now, I'd already been financially successful before this point. What really took things to another level was, how can I get other people to be successful with me? Because there's a lot of people who need the help, especially right now with everything that's going on in the world. And I'm telling you, we've brought on tens of thousands of people, even since March 1st, which is absolutely incredible. The company is absolutely exploding simply because we are teaching people a skill that could change their situation, so that the next time that something disastrous were to occur, that they can put themselves in a much better position. So one of the things I really like about what we do is we have individuals who are professional educators like Dr. Kathy Kirkland inside this company, that are not only teaching people the skill, but are also giving them access to their trades. I was just talking to a guy this morning, and he said, you know what? He said, I don't know what to do, but he said, I heard that you have some sessions where we can get on, get educated, and take the live trades. And that is the most powerful thing that we have inside the company. Is in the very beginning, you simply copy what the professionals are doing, and then you can actually learn the skills so that you can also do it on your own as well. So you fast forward now a number of years, I've been able now to trade myself. In fact, I have a trading partner where we're able to hold each other accountable. We're able to look at our trades. We're learning every day. And so now, in fact, just a few months ago, I was in, 12 countries, saw 18,000 people. I mean, my gosh, I'm telling you, the amount of lives that have been changed from this whole thing is something that's more exciting to me than just me, myself, having successes. You know, rising tide raises all ships. So it's like, how many people can we help bring along to change their situation, change their family dynamics? You think about changing years down the road. You know, the good book says that we should leave an inheritance to, you know, children's children, right? And so not just inheritance of money, but the education, the knowledge, the wisdom, right?
Yeah.
And we're teaching stuff here that can really change future generations. So I'm really excited about it. I'm as passionate today as I was 5.5 years ago when I first found out about this. And it's just fun to be a part of it.
So you're not just only doing this for right in your backyard. Like you said, you've been overseas. You took your own time, your own money to fly overseas to share this wealth knowledge. Now, I would say that this is a part of the wealth transfer. And for you to do that, that do mean that you're very passionate about, you know, what you do, and it's really important. And I heard you say something about leaving a legacy. I love that. Leaving a legacy for your children and your children's children. Do you teach your children a part of this? Do you teach them how to do this?
Oh yes, all of them have seen it. Not all of them do it because some of them are pretty young.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
will. I'll tell you this: they do know it. They do understand. Right now, we're just teaching them the mentality. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Teaching them the mentality of how to multiply your money, how to have money work for you instead of you just working for money. It's not a problem working for money, but we just want to show them, look, you can take money that you earn and you can actually multiply. God is not into addition; He's into multiplication.
Right.
Right? But you can multiply your money, and that's what this teaches you. And so that's really what we're teaching right now is really the mindset about the money.
I noticed that you do mindset training a lot, and it's really good. And I think a big part of learning how to trade, you know, doing something different, it was a lot easier than just, you know, it's more of a mental thing, you know, because the charts are already intimidating. Because I know when I first got started, it was at an inopportune time, and it seemed like everything was just falling apart, and you know we were, you know, about to be homeless, and you know I did everything that, you know, I was taught to do, but I wasn't taught this. And you know, when I found I Am Master Academy, I found that you guys was teaching us how to make money work for us. And you know, for the average person who thinks that they can't accomplish it, the way that you do the mindset training is you have to change your mindset to know that you can do all things, anything that you set your mind to, that you can do all things. And you've been very successful in a lot of areas, and especially in this one. How do you what would you say to a person that, you know, that is really intimidated by this season that we're in, and even though it seems like it's a bad season, it's still a good season because you can find some good out of it. Because I know in this season, that when it happened to me a few years back, I got very creative in this season,
Yeah.
and more determined.
Sometimes during the season like this is actually when people change their situation for the better. For example, just a few days ago, I found a way to change things on the health side of my life. And had I not gone through this situation right now, I wouldn't have come up with that idea. So what happens is a lot of people actually become creative during this time. Sometimes when there's major setbacks, that's actually where more millionaires are created than any other time. And so you look at everything we're doing is digital, it's online. And so no matter the time we're in right now, whether it's before, during, or after, you can actually use this as an advantage. A lot of people are at home right now. Some people are sitting around. They don't really have a lot to do. Frankly, they're bored. Some people are looking to, you know, they're going back to work. And that's why we've grown so much. Is I want to let you know, for the brand new person who is doing this for the very first time, or even looking into this for the very first time, they can feel comfortable knowing, number one, is I'm going to be able to copy what the professionals are doing and then learn a skill, so that when we fast forward 6 months, you say, wow, you know, look at where I'm at now compared to where I was 6 months ago during that time when we had the COVID-19 and stuff like that. So that's why we're seeing so much growth, is that there's people who are waiting for things to happen. And then there's people who are making things happen. And so you have the opportunity to get the mentorship and the education that you need to make it happen right now, and not just wait around for things to change. You can actually be the catalyst for the change.
That's good. That's good. I know when I got ready to start, I know that I needed to, change circles and do something different that to get the results that I was looking for, because I used to be a real estate agent, and when the real estate market crashed, my whole world crashed. I lost, I had a property management company, and all my properties wasn't paid for. I was utilizing the rent to pay the mortgage. But then when they had to downsize or move in with families in order for them to survive, I lost everything. So I knew I needed to. I didn't have another 20 years in me to go to work for 20 more years. I got a associate's degree in theology, bachelor's in business management, master's in HR, and a PhD in philosophy, and I don't work in any of them. I just kept going to school to get a good job. Yeah. And I tell everybody, I went to school for 30 years to get that PhD. I went to school for 30 years to get a good job and still ended up broke. Now, that don't mean that you don't go to school, because I know how to do business. I know how to read contracts, so I don't get ripped off. But I knew I needed to do this, but I was so intimidated by the charts in the beginning, just looking at it. And then I found that it was fairly simple. When you first started, because I know that, you have a lot of network marketing in your background and everything, but when you first started trading, because I know you're a trader and I know you're a beast at it now. When you first started, what would you say to the person that's getting started, so they don't think that this is it don't happen overnight? It takes some time.
Yeah. Well, when I first saw it, obviously I would see a chart and I didn't really know what it meant. And what I would tell you is this: average everyday people that didn't do well in geometry, calculus, or math in general are actually having success with this. So that's the good thing to know, is it's actually not as complicated as you think. In fact, we were doing a session yesterday, and I'm telling you, we can show you in 30 minutes how to understand a chart in 30 minutes. So what I tell people is, when you come in, you should try and spend 30 minutes to an hour a day just studying what we're doing and just watching a live session. Just watch it. You don't have to execute trades from the very beginning. And then as you watch it and you see the trades that we're sending out, you say, hey, we're going to go ahead and buy this particular currency, or we're going to sell this currency. Then what happens is you start actually copying those and taking the trades. Right. And what happens is you start to get it as you're earning while you're learning and you're making money. You're like, my gosh, this is not that hard. So first what I do is I watch it, I actually copy, and then I learn the skill. So you just need to know, just like I did when I first saw it, I wasn't really for sure, is this something for me? Am I going to be able to understand the chart? You don't need to understand the chart from the very beginning, right? Just copy what we're doing. Just watch some of the live sessions. And what I will tell you is this: when you put in that very first trade or that second trade, you're gonna be like, whoa, this is pretty fun. Like this is exciting. So rather than checking your phone 400 times a day for social media notifications, you're actually going to be checking your phone for more trade profits. It becomes something that's a lot more exciting. You're going to learn that skill. So what I tell you from the very beginning is, don't worry about, I got to understand what's going on in these charts. You don't need to worry about them again. It's something that you're going to learn over time. And in the meantime, all you need to do is copy what we're doing. That's it.
Yeah, it's a simple copy and paste. And I know when I first got in, I was praying and everything. But I did know this. I remember looking at the charts and just looking at it. I think the first person I got on a live session with was Christopher Derrick. Yep. And I didn't know what he was doing. I really didn't. And so when I was looking at it, I noticed that when that red line crossed up, I could buy. If it crossed down, I could sell. So that's how I started out, and it was real simple. I was so excited when I hit my first take profit. I believe it was $20. You can tell me I didn't strike gold at that point.
Oh,
when I saw that blue, all I knew was red was negative. Blue means you're winning. And when I saw that blue, it was all over. I have one lady. She's 86 years old, and she do it to keep her mind fresh. She made $1.35, and that was like $1 million for her. She was so excited. She said, "This all you got to do?"
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
really simple, guys. We want you to share the feed. If you're on, please share it to your Facebook page. Brendan is dropping some good nuggets on wealth transfers and talking about your mindset and how it's all in your mindset, and how you have to stay positive and stay around positive people. We're in a negative situation, but we can make that negative situation positive, because it's up to you how you change your environment. You are in control of your environment. You're in control of what happens around you. If something negative is coming out, find something good, because all things work together for the good. And this is one of the things that we're showing you. You may have gotten laid off from your job, or you may be tired of working, on your job and everything. And deep down that there's more to where you at than where you at. All of us got a little billionaire status on the inside of us, to where we're supposed to be in certain places, but you have to do something different in order to get there. So, Brendan, if you talk a little bit more on mindset and how you help position people and in different communities on how to get out of the situation they're in.
Well, to me, the mindset, personal development is the most important part, because we can teach the skill, the strategy, and how to do it. But I will tell you, it's working on your inner game is what affects the outer game. Yeah. It's working on the inner world creates your outer world, right? So it's working on yourself first. My hero was Zig Ziglar. He said, when you get you right, your world will become right. So one of the things we do every morning is we actually have a session that we run every morning, where for about 10 minutes, we give you the mindset, the skills, and what you need to do to prepare yourself emotionally for the day, whether it's with your work, your family, the trading, the business, or whatever. So the mindset part is actually step one, because in life, you're going to get whacked, thumped, and jackhammered every day by problems, right? Everybody has got a plan till they get punched in the face. And so what we do is we give you the mindset that you need, so that you kind of become almost bulletproof, saying, hey, yes, I can, and yes, I will. I'm going to be very successful doing this. And then after that, you're learning those strategies and skills. And this is what empowers people and empowers families and communities all around the world, is teaching them what they need so badly. They're getting constant an influx of negative information. And what we're putting out there is positive information. So like, if you want things to change in the world, be the change that you want to see. So you're going to become that person. And this is how we make the change.
Excellent. That's good. And it all starts with you. You may be that leader, that everybody's looking for. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I do like about this company and this school that we're attending is how they're helping you create multiple streams of income, where you're not just relying on one, that you actually have enough to leave an inheritance, to leave a legacy, to where you're sharing with the communities. They even, how the Army have a buddy system. You can join the military with a buddy, so you can have, an accountability partner. I have an accountability trading partner, just like you got one, and everything. So you can actually enroll in the company. If you get 2 people to enroll with you, your tuition is free. So can you talk about that?
Yes.
Staying in compliance and talking about that.
Look at this like a scholarship. If I went to college, or, we got people on internationally, so we'll call it the university is what they call it. So at the university, this is an academy. And so look at this as a scholarship. I can essentially get a scholarship to go to school. It's not going to cost me anything. And so what we say is, hey, look, we follow what's called pay it forward.
Yeah.
When you receive good information and it's bringing you value and you're making money, naturally what most people want to do is tell somebody about it, share it with somebody who's in need. They need the skill, they need the money, they need the wisdom that goes with it. And so what the company does is say, look, if you will basically help us enroll only 2 people into this academy, we're actually going to give you a free membership subscription. I just say it's like a scholarship. Now you pay nothing. Your tuition is free. And what I tell people is the cool thing about a free tuition is now I can actually take that money, I trade it and multiply it. So now you have even more money to trade with. And so it's a way that the company will actually benefit you. Say, hey, thanks for bringing in these, these two subscribers, to the academy. We're going to go ahead and reward you for that. So that's how it's working. It's called 2 and Free. We have literally thousands of people, thousands and thousands that have free memberships. And so it's a pretty neat thing.
Now, when I went to the regular university, and I went with a lot of my friends, and my tuition, was not waived at all. So,
yeah.
So if you take this time to re-educate yourself, to change your mindset altogether on how money actually works. This is the only academy that I have enrolled in to where it teaches you how to make money work for you and you don't work for it. Like I said earlier, I went to school. I did everything they said. And, even my friends, when I came back to my circle after, going down to find out about the company, came back to my circle, they was like, no, you just need to get a good job. I was like, I did that. I did that for 20 years and lost everything. And, I worked so hard, it didn't put me next to the owner's house. I didn't even get out of the neighborhood I was currently in. So I was like, no, I don't have another 20 years for that. I need to find out how this actually works. And so this is, I did, went to school to get a good job. It didn't work out for me. I got, the educational background, but the fact that there is a university out here that's teaching you how to make money work for you. I mean, you're not laboring for it. You don't have to labor for it. All you got to do is just, have the right mindset, have a lot of patience, and study and do it. So I went from not knowing how to read the charts to being being the number one educator in the company for about 8 months, and then been in the top 5 for the past year, and being able to create a strategy that's as simple as the red line crossing the blue line. But when I got started, I was like, God, I need you to color code this thing for me, kindergarten it down, so that I can get it. And it was actually just following the colors of it. And one of the other things, don't ever say that this is not for you. Now, both of us that are on here, Brandon and I, we both really believe in the Bible. We believe in the word, and we're not going to sugarcoat it. And we're not going to just throw stuff out there just to throw it out there. But when I found that in the scriptures, I went back and I began to pray about it to make sure that this was legit, that this was real, because I needed a way out of where I was. And I needed a way out. And when I began to pray about it, God gave me Ecclesiastes 11:1, the Good News Translation. Paraphrasing, it says that it's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you, and that you need 7 streams of income in order to survive. So I knew then that this was not a scam, that this was a God-written skill set in a man-made company. I couldn't lose. So for all those that are out there saying, I can't do this, I can't trade, I'm too old. I said all that mess too. I said all of that. But when I found out that it was scripture, plus Forex has been around since 4 AD. It's been profitable for 2015 years. It has been, a blessing for so many. So don't say that this is not for you. It's for everybody.
Yeah. And I want to say something with that, and going back to what you were talking about with a job, what I tell people is having a job or getting a college degree is not a bad thing. What's not a good thing is relying on that. Look at the situation now. Okay, we got people who they had just a job, they had a degree, or whatever the case was. Maybe you went to some schooling, and now they're out, and they're having to rely on other people to come in and basically help out. I saw a post yesterday, and it said, if you don't have the 2 months needed during lockdown, what makes you think you're going to have 20 years at retirement?
That's good.
So right now is where we start to put the plans in place. Say, hey, look, next time around, I'm not just going to rely on just my job income, one stream. Robert Gion wrote a book called Multiple Streams of Income. All right. So the next time that this happens or something like this happens, I'm going to be prepared, because if you're prepared, ye shall not fear. And so we are now teaching you a skill that if something happens, you're going to be okay. Like my wife and I right now, we're not worried. Like it's all going to work out. In fact, not only do we not worry right now, we are able to be in a position to help people. So it's not just about you being good. It's, can I put myself in a position to where I can not just give handouts, but give a helping hand, right?
Exactly.
You are now giving people a skill. In fact, look at it this way. You are literally, this is better than writing somebody a check. These are ongoing checks that you're able to write to people. It's powerful. I mean, I love it. So the message that I would give is don't rely on just the job income. You've got to get something going on the side because you are not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not guaranteed to have your job when this whole thing is over, right? We don't want to just go look for another job. We want to put our financial future in our hands. No one cares about your money as much as you do. So put the financial future in your hands and let us as the mentors help you out. Look, Kathy's changed thousands and thousands of people's lives, including my own. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I've done trading if it were not for Dr. Kathy Kirkland. And so this is what I'm talking about. She didn't know about this. I didn't know about this. You fast forward a little while and look at what's happened. You guys didn't know about this until today. And what happens when you fast forward 6 months, 12 months? That's what you want to do, is put yourself in a position where I've got something going on the side, and that side thing, whatever it is, it's this underground tunnel. I'm going to get myself out of this. You know, I'm going to go from the pit to the palace.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to go from the pit to the palace. And with this platform and with this mentorship, you can do exactly that.
That's good. That is so good. And guys, we want you to make sure that you share this to your feed, and whoever invited you on, make sure you get back with them. If you are on my page, you can go to my website at www.ibuildlegacies.com to get more information. You can also follow Brandon Boyd, those that are on his page. And Brandon, you want to give out your website? Do you have a website?
Yeah, so you guys can follow me on Instagram if you want to. It's at Brandon Boyd Official. It has a link there that shows actually presentation video and all that stuff. So we can get connected online. I just tell people, hey, look, get back to the person who sent you here. If you have any further questions, hit us up. We're glad to answer. But we are growing faster than ever before. This is a company that's about to hit 7 years of age. Okay. And we in fact, I had the number I posted this morning. I want to read this to you guys. So this company is up another $3 million in 13 days, 20,000 new customers, up another 7 million since March 1st. Okay. So we've enrolled over 20. In fact, today we'll be at 22,000 new customers since March 1st. And do you know what that shows? That shows that people see the value in what we're doing. It shows that people are actually making money and that they're taking this situation, all right, and they're making it something, taking it to their advantage, because every setback is simply a setup for a great comeback. So what looked like was a setup and a day of demotion is actually a day of promotion in your life. So we're super excited to get the opportunity to work with you guys.
That is, guys, look, I missed the opportunity. I missed my season in 2006, 2007, when this was first presented to me by someone else, and I missed my season. I am so glad when that season came back in 2016 that I took full advantage of it. So this season, make sure you take full advantage of it. It's only $235 to enroll into this academy. $234.95, I believe, to enroll in this academy. Do not let $235 stop you from making $235,000.
And you know what, Dr. K, I actually did a post on this very thing, and I want to share this with you because this will show you guys how huge this is. Let me pull it up. So I did a post, and this is what it's titled, guys. Is freedom worth $6 a day to you? So with what I do for a living, it costs me $5.84 per day. Okay. I trade currency. I share an academy. Nobody tells me what to do. So for less than a Starbucks a day, I have the ability to create freedom for my family and others' families. So don't hold back from creating freedom over $6 a day. So is it price or is it cost? It's concerning you. The cost is freedom. So set yourself free. $5.86 a day. I mean, come on. Now we get that money, we can multiply that.
I love that. I mean, I can't even come back after that. I mean, you guys need to sign up today. Brandon, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day. I really appreciate it. I love you and your family. Thank you so much for all that you do for me and all that you do for the company and the academy. We really appreciate you guys. Show some love in the chat for Brandon. I mean, come on, $6 a day for your freedom. Who can beat that? I'm gonna start using that. I just want you to know that.
I'll send it to you, Kathy. I'll make sure you get a copy.
Thank you so much. You guys show Brandon Boy some love in the chat, and we will see you soon. Y'all come on, throw some love, throw some hearts up in there. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you
guys.
Guys, we will see you on next week. All right, have a good day.